Your efforts may be doing more than you think because success doesn't always arrive with noise. Sometimes, it comes quietly, built through small steps. Most people think success means doing something big, but those who've truly transformed their lives know that greatness is hidden in the smallest of habits practiced daily, without applause, without attention. Today's story is about a boy who felt invisible to the world, but one moment, one conversation, changed his direction. This is a story about quiet effort, patient struggle, and unexpected growth, and maybe, just maybe, it's the story you need to hear today. In a crowded city, lived a boy named Arjun. He wasn't popular, not especially talented. Teachers barely noticed him, friends often forgot to invite him. He lived in the background, but carried dreams louder than anyone else's. He wanted to be a writer to inspire people with his words, but every time he picked up a pen, self-doubt whispered, "Who are you to do this?" He watched others shine, winning awards, getting praise while he sat silently, wondering if he would ever matter. He thought maybe one day something magical would happen, that he'd wake up and suddenly become confident, successful, admired. But life isn't a movie, and change doesn't happen in a single scene. One evening, while walking through an old bookstore, he met an elderly man arranging shelves. He had a calm presence, like he had lived through storms. Arjun asked him, "Did you always know what you wanted to do?" The old man smiled and said, "No. I only knew I wanted to grow, even if no one noticed." He then shared a story. There was once a sculptor who worked every day on a large block of stone. He chipped away slowly, one small strike at a time. Days turned into weeks. To others, it looked like nothing was happening. But he kept going. Not because the stone was changing, but because he was. Then one day, suddenly, the stone cracked, revealing a beautiful statue. People called it a masterpiece. But only the sculptor knew, the masterpiece wasn't made in a moment. It was built in the silence of his small, daily efforts. Arjun stood there in silence. The story felt too close, too real. He realized he was waiting for a breakthrough without building the habits that make one possible. He asked the man, "What should I do?" The man replied, "Start small. But start daily." He handed Arjun a worn notebook and said, "Here are a few habits that changed my life. Try them. 1. Write for 5 minutes every day. Don't wait for motivation, just write anything. Because pages become chapters. Chapters become books. 2. Wake up 30 minutes earlier, not to rush, but to breathe, to think, to plan. This quiet time will be your secret weapon. 3. Read every day, even one page. Books carry other people's wisdom. Borrow it. Learn from it. 4. Limit distractions. Ask yourself, is this helping my future, or wasting it? Time is like money. Spend it wisely. 5. Reflect every night. Write down one thing you learned, one thing you're grateful for. This will train your mind to notice progress, even when it feels slow. 6. Take small risks. Speak in that meeting. Share your work. Raise your hand. Courage grows every time you stretch your comfort zone. Arjun went home and followed the advice. The first week was hard. The second was silent. By the third week, something shifted. Not outside, but within. His confidence grew, his thoughts became clearer. He began to enjoy the process, not just chase results. Months passed. He shared a small poem online. Only 3 people read it. But one of them wrote, "This changed my day," and that was enough. Arjun didn't become famous overnight. But over time, people noticed that the quiet boy now spoke with purpose, wrote with clarity, and lived with direction. Years later, Arjun became a published author. His first book was called The Power of Being Invisible. When asked about his success, he said, "I didn't become great by doing something big once. I became better by doing something small daily." Success isn't one loud moment. It's hundreds of silent ones stacked together. So if you're watching this right now feeling like you don't matter, remember Arjun. Remember the stone. Remember the small strike that made the masterpiece. Now tell me in the comments, what small habit will you start today? If you believe someone else needs this message, like, share, and subscribe, because every story has power, especially the quiet ones. And I'll see you in the next story. Until then, be kind to yourself, start small, and never